Hey everybody, good day before Christmas Eve, good Tuesday morning, top of the morning everybody. I was sitting here looking at this and I'm like, maybe I want to go get a haircut. Back 4 or 5 years ago, I let my hair grow out and had a ponytail back here and all, and I went to Paris and I thought, man, I look like a hippie, like an old hippie, but a hippie, and had my long hair and stopped at the BP over here and got some gas one morning. I went in and got me a lotto ticket. I was coming back out to my car, and some random guy just walked up and handed me $1. He said, "There you go, buddy." I got in the car. I took it. I got in the car and just kind of scratched my head. I'm like, I might need to go get a haircut. But anyhow, good morning, everybody. Do I need $1? I took it. Yeah, I take it. But anyhow, yeah, I probably do need to get a haircut. Eddie, please go on with the post and quit worrying these people. All right. So, and let my whiskers grow out a little bit too. It is the day before Christmas Eve. Good morning, everybody. Eddie Williams Sellers. It's gray and overcast here in the city of Atlanta this morning. It's the day before Christmas Eve. Can y'all believe it? Can y'all believe how fast this year went by? Anyhow, it's the day before Christmas Eve. I saw the other day where Kim Basinger turned 72. I don't know, something about that. I'm like, Kim Basinger turned 72? She had bought this little town at Brazelton or something out here in Georgia one time. Bought a town. Who buys a town? And then we saw on the news yesterday that Barry Manilow is 82, and he's got a spot on his lung, and he's going to have surgery at 82 for lung cancer. But 82. And he's still out there singing. Frankie Valli, still putting on concerts. He's 90 years old. He looks like Keepers of the Crypt on stage. And he can't sing, but they roll him out and he sings. 90 years old. There is a whole generation that is aging and dying off. Some of us are a part of that generation. How did Willie Nelson get to be 92 years old so quickly? How is it that my cousin Tommy, on the 15th, I believe it was, of this month, turned 71? We were just little boys not that long ago riding our bicycles around Cabbagetown, up and down Kirkwood. How has it been a quarter of a century now since Y2K? Y'all remember when all the world was going to come to an end, computers was going to crash, and everything was going to happen. 25 years. We have lived a quarter of a century since then. I ordered a nutcracker the other day. Someone had given Ava a little gift bag that had some walnuts in it. And I thought, I want to crack those walnuts. And I did. It was messy, little things popping and getting everywhere. But I enjoyed the process of cracking nuts. And so I ordered me a little nutcrackers, like $6 from Amazon. I want to get me some bags of pecans and walnuts and sit by the fire and just crack them. We've always kept pecans and walnuts shelled in bags at the house because I eat a little bit of nuts for my health or whatever. But I want to crack some nuts, even if it is messy. Anyhow, Eddie, please go on. Whoever coined the phrase, life is short? Genius. I feel like I'm doing this weird dance with time now. Days fly by, weeks fly by. Years are freaking weird at how fast they come and go now. We are at the end of 2025. Or could I be like Barbara Walters and say 2020? We at the end of 2025. Didn't we love Gilda Radner when she would imitate Barbara Walters? And it drove Barbara Walters crazy for a long time. And all her friends would tell her, "Barbara, get over it. You want to be flattered." She said, "We're coming to 2020." It's funny. I love Gilda. The other day I started off writing. Did I miss something? I feel like we're doing this weird dance with time now. We did that. All right. The other day I started off writing by saying 60 years ago when I was a 10-year-old boy. And y'all, I promise y'all, as that's being typed on the page, I just stopped. I'm like, what? 60 years ago when I was and I just quit writing for a little bit, and I left it on there and went back and I wrote the post. It was a couple of weeks ago. But man, it just kind of twisted my brain a little bit. I'm like, 60 years ago? I was a 10-year-old. And let that sink in. It blew my mind. That 60 years ago, now you try it. Say, 42 years ago, I was a 10-year-old little girl. 53 years ago, I was a 10-year-old little boy. If you put the number before that 10, if you're like me, it kind of freaks you out to think, God, good God, good God, good God. We are living in a different world now. The world has changed a lot in the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, hasn't it? It's changing now. I mean, now we got AI coming down the barrel at us. AI, change, just everything's changing. We just recently came through a pandemic where we saw the ugliest parts of our country come out and be on full display. The anti-vaxxers caused millions of deaths in the country. Millions of people died. It was so disturbing to see ordinary people that we thought we knew just throwing their moms and dads into early graves all over some kind of conspiracy, anti-vax, religion kind of weirdness, kookiness going on. When millions of them could have went right up to the corner to a CVS and got a shot and still been here with us today. Yeah. And some of you anti-vaxxers that hear me out here on TikTok say stuff like that, it really just pisses you off. Thank God it pisses you off. You ought to be pissed off. I keep going back to Saturday Night Live where Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin would do counterpoint, and Dan Aykroyd would always start off his thing by looking at Jane Curtin and say, "Jane, you ignorant slut." That's the way I feel sometimes when I'm writing about people that's stupid. I just feel like, you ignorant slut. You ought to be pissed off. Anyhow, I digress, y'all. I am feeling kind of happy and good this morning. Me and Ava's got to get out here and get our walk in. I told Ava yesterday we went over to Grant Central and had a little piece of pizza, and we're basically together a lot. Her work schedule and I don't work. And we're together a lot, so I told her last night, I'm like, it's a good thing we enjoy each other's company because, this week, neither one of us is doing nothing the entire week except watching Netflix, grabbing some pizza, and just doing our daily walk. We spend a lot of time together. I like it like it. I guess I've always been like that with companions. Me and Kathy worked together for like 15 years in the same office when I was married to her. We'd come home every day, go back to work every day. We both worked at Georgia Blue for years. So anyhow, let's go on, y'all. In the 80s, the same group of Christians, I'm kind of hard on Christians, ain't I? Somebody needs to be hard on them. They're kooky, a lot of them. In the 80s, the same group of Christians thanked their Christian God for the AIDS plague that spread around the world. From many of their pulpits, they rejoiced that their God was wiping out those perverted evil gays. I remember. I was there. How could one ever forget that? Yeah. I had at least 15 or 20 customers that I talked to about getting the vaccine during the pandemic, and they would say, well, our preacher said Jesus was our vaccine, to which I would say, your preacher is full of shit. And seriously, I would say that. They all died, one by one. I could go down a list and name you 20 customers that had been coming in there for years that I knew. I'd say, well, Michael died yesterday, NICU. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with them? What's wrong with them? Ignorance will kill people. We have come through some dark times. As a country, we may be going through the darkest of times right now. My 10 minutes about to click out, y'all. Let me hurry. Good Tuesday morning, sweet people. Time is an illusion. Even Jesus described a man's life as a vapor of smoke. What an astute description as we get older. I think knowing this makes life more seasoned and real and allows us to be more honest with ourselves, about the time we have left as time flies by. The picture over on my Facebook page this morning, laying in bed looking up through my bedroom window, I was going to tuck my phone and tuck this picture. Don't I have a lovely view from my side of the bed looking out the window? Love y'all. Merry Christmas Eve.